Because, you know, really would be going this way and that way.
All right.
Hey, this is Renee.
This is Renwick.
And
you are watching Gospel Music Buzz! It's buzzing.
It's buzzing.
You are here with Sherwin Gospel Music Buzz, yo. We got a special situation going on. Check this, right? You've seen us speaking with Renwick individually on IG Live and everything else. We've also spoken with Renee on IG Live and everything else. But guess what, y'all? We are live. We are here right now in the heart of NYC. Woo! Let's go. So we're here with Renwick, with Renee. We're going to be getting into every single thing. You guys, tonight is a big night. You guys going to be revealing your billboard in Times Square. You know, a whole lot to get into there. But before we even do all of that, I want to, I got to start with something light because that's just my style. We can do all this serious stuff, right? So now the first one I have here is that if your music was a color, what would it be and why? If your music was a color, I'll start with you, Renee. What color would it be and why?
Oh gosh, I will say, I'm not being deep, but I'll say red because I go hard. Red is
Okay.
For the blood of Jesus.
Right,
and I go hard for Jesus.
Red and stuff.
Be prepared.
And I didn't know that question was coming, so yes.
So go ahead, Renwick. What about you? What color would it be?
I think it would be a fusion of yellow and red. Yeah, because I'm always like jolly, happy. That's the vibe in my music. But then red would represent the blood.
Yes, that's
it. And speaking about colors, I gotta say, from the cover, when you guys did the cover with the yellow, the white, the blue, those theming with the cover. And then y'all hit us with the fall colors, and then look at them tonight, y'all. Look at that cream, the black. Come on, matching. Let's get it.
We try.
I think it's becoming our thing now, right?
It really is. Yes, when we look back.
No, the next one I have here is if you could choose a superpower to aid your music career, what would it be and what would you use it for?
Superpower. You go on that one first. Let's see. Superpower.
A superpower to
yes.
What would that be, boy?
Oh.
I can't say Thanos.
Nah. He just destroy everybody.
Right.
It would be Captain America.
Okay, so that would be the superpower.
No.
Yeah.
That's the character.
That's a character.
So what's your power? So let me do mine.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so I think my superpower would be that I would want to fly.
Okay.
Because I want to just take off and go here and go there and share the gospel.
Okay, so you just
when I want to, because I can.
So you're just she's gonna be flying from city to city, sharing the gospel. Forget about first class. Forget about private jet. Renee is just gonna be flying and taking the gospel. I'm with it. What about you, Renwick?
I think I said Captain America because a lot of people see Captain America's skill set as just his ability to fight, but also a part of his superpower is his brains.
Okay.
So I like the way how Captain America orchestrates the team and put things together. So that would be my superpower. I think that would be the gift that I have.
I like that. I'll hit you with one more. Maybe two, but man, let's start with this one here. Now, if your music has a movie based on it, what would the title be and who would play the lead character? So if your music had a movie, what would the title be and who would play the lead character?
Wow. If my music, not great and mighty, but just music
It can be
across
any, man. It can be great and mighty, whatever you want.
If it had so we coming up with this, right?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
good. Okay.
Okay.
I think I got something.
Okay, you go first then. Let's see what you say.
See if your music had a movie based
A
on it,
movie based
Right.
on
what
it.
would the title be?
Well, the title would definitely be Living on Purpose.
Okay. And who's gonna play the lead?
The lead character
For you.
would be Jesus.
Well, Jesus is going to be able to act in the movie, so we need an actor who's good. That's why you can't ask Christians these things. They're going to lead you back to Christ regardless. They're going to lead you back to Christ. They can lead you back. So we're here. We're here. You know, pick. You want The Rock to play? Like, who do you want to play?
It can't be Kevin Hart.
Yes.
I think I would want, if he was still alive, would be dude from Black Panther.
Okay.
Oh,
I got you.
yes.
That's a solid.
Yeah.
That's a solid pick. What
Chadwick.
about you,
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Renee?
Oh, okay. So for me, I'll go with Great and Mighty.
Mhm.
So I would say the movie would be called Great and Mighty. All right, and it's just, and that can just go everywhere. You can do so much with that. And the character for me that would play me, I would say, Gabrielle Union. She's strong. She's fierce. So I would say, Gabrielle Union. I mean, I think she could nail me.
That's good. That's good. I like that. You know, I'll come back in the last one, but we'll get into the music. So now, what I want to know is, just tell the people now. You know, again, Renwick. When you see Renwick, you're thinking, you know, Caribbean, Afro fusion. You're thinking all sorts of different things when you're hearing this style of music. When I initially got exposed to Renee, you know, before Renee did the Afro fusion music, you know, you were doing, you know, worship music. You were doing a bunch of different things. So totally different styles from the outskirts looking at it. Completely different styles. Now, how did this collaboration form? Because I think once I saw some BTS and I saw a few stuff drop, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I know her and I know him, but now the two of them are collaborating together. So kind of just let us know how did all this pull together?
Okay, so the way it all began is I was already working on this song, and you know, this song was written by my amazing husband, Alan Pullum.
Shout out to Alan.
Shout out to Alan.
Alan, big up yourself.
Yes, and so I was already in the studio with this song, and we were going another direction with another artist, and but then our schedules never could connect with our schedules. So I was working with the Agape music group, John and Sequoia, and great friends. And so I asked, hey, do you know who else could, you know, we get? And so they threw out Renwick's name. And at the time, I'd never heard of, you know, Renwick Duesbury. Who is that? Who is that? We didn't follow each other on social media at the time. And so from there, I mentioned to those Baxters, shout out to those Baxters, Juan and Kayla. And I said, hey,
good people.
you know, I'm in the studio working on another song. And I said, I heard about this guy, Renwick Duesbury. And I said, do you guys know? And they was like, yes, he's family, you know? Amen. And so Juan called Renwick, had me on the other line. He connected us on the phone right then and there. And boy, was there a connection, just a great kingdom friendship connection. And this is what you have now. So we connected through those Baxters and Agape, and now he's my brother.
Yes.
See, so that's your side of the story, how it happened, right? So now, and I'm all about painting the picture, right? So now, Renwick doesn't know any of this is happening. You're making all these calls. Everyone's talking, right?
Right.
So now, at which point do you get pulled into the equation?
So my phone went brrr, brrr.
Literally.
You know the iPhone ringtone.
I mean, I got an Android, but I think I know the.
Oh wow, that's crazy!
Shout out to Team Android, but go ahead. I'm sorry, it's not
Big up
about
yourself, Team iPhone.
It's not about me. Go ahead.
So I got a call from those Baxters, and they asked me, you know, they said, would you be interested in being a part of a record? I have a good friend. Her name is Renee Pullum. She have a record that she's working on. And would you mind, would you jump on it? What would be the, the business side, blah, 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 blah. And I got to be honest, shout out to those Baxters, and also shout out to Agape Music Group, because and shout out to yourself too, Sharon, because you're one of those people, right? Who make the process in our industry so easy and seamless, and they do things in integrity. You know what I mean? So when the Baxters hit me up, they're like, yo, we think you'd be a good fit. And they just put me in contact with Renee. Yeah. And the rest is history. This is where we at now. So yes, sir.
Man. See, and that's so great what you said, right? Because you mentioned, the Baxters, you mentioned, all those individuals. But also what I see there is that in order for people to make connections or to put their name on the line for you, it says something about your own integrity and your own character, right? Because they would have had to have worked with you at some point along the way, or heard something before, and to be able to do that. So kind of just, in the industry, there's a big, strong pull on, yes, we get there's the money aspect, there's the business aspect, but there's also, I feel like a lot of times everything else is spoken of, but just building genuine relationship and just character. So from each of your perspective, just kind of touch a little bit on that, because I'm sure even when you got the call and you found out, right, you're gonna go to the person's page, because we all do it, right? Go to the person's page, and I'm scrolling, I'm like, is anything ratchet here? Did he, was he like talking crazy? Let me check his story. What's the last thing he shared? The last few stories. So you're gonna go and you're gonna
I wanted to know.
Oh wow, that's crazy, yo.
But tell the truth. Did you do that? Did you do that already? I know you did.
Because I know him now.
I mean, now, but before you didn't see Renee was like, let's swipe to them stories. Let's kind of go through. But just talk about the importance of just staying consistent and just kind of, doing what you have to do, but doing it with integrity. Touch a bit on that.
Integrity is so important because, first of all, those Baxters, they are integral people. So they would not have connected me with Renwick if Renwick wasn't an integral person or if I wasn't, because they understand that, we got to work together. There's got to be a level of understanding. There's got to be a level of kingdom, all of that, And so if we are not that, if I'm not that, if he's not that, then it's not going to happen. It's not going to work. So that's a major, major part, because you're working together, and times you won't see eye to eye, but then. Let me repeat that. Time that you won't see eye to eye.
We're getting to the meat of it right now. We're getting to the meat of it, y'all.
I promise this is the best collaboration y'all can see at the front and at the back.
You're challenging one another, iron sharpening iron. You're learning each other, and you both grow. Amen. I can't even begin to tell you how much we've grown. And that may even be discussion on down the road, but I think that is very important. It's major. It's major.
Now, again, kind of still, just painting the picture here. Now, in terms of investment, right? Because both of you are independent. Even though we know Renwick got a deep pockets. Renwick is a multi-millionaire, right? Speaking it into being, right? But for right this very moment, right? You're both independent. You're both doing this thing, but there's also investments you have to make. There's stuff you have to pour back into your craft. So now, for that person that is just looking and seeing, hey, what's going to be happening tonight? You guys were just on this massive press run. You're on Radio 1 in Atlanta. You're all over the place. It's a whole lot that's happening right this minute. But at the same time, again, Renwick doesn't live in Atlanta, but I'm seeing him there. You don't live in New York, but I'm seeing you here, right? So there's investments, there's just going after that. Just touch a little bit on that for someone that is just watching at all the glitz and the glam, but knowing that you have to make that investment, you have to believe, you have to have that call. So, either one of you jump in there first.
Me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh.
I can chime in.
Well, I was working with somebody recently, and they asked me a question, because they're trying to do things that we're doing at the level that we're doing it at. And I said to them point blank, I said, excellence costs. Excellence comes with a cost, and it also comes with sacrifice. Nobody gets to where they are at a certain level without making those sacrifices. And if you're not willing to make the sacrifice and be stretched, then this may not be the path or the ministry or the career for you, because it's one thing for what you see on the outside, but behind the scenes, if there's a crazy sacrifice and work ethic that's happening. We throw this term around a lot. People see the glory, but they don't know your story, right?
That's so good.
And a lot of people don't know our stories. Behind the scenes, the moments that we pray, the moments that we're trusting God, from the time the record released, we are praying that this record hit the right playlist.
Lot of prayer,
that it gets to the right ears and all these type of things, right? So so that would be my encouragement or to anybody. Just know that excellence costs. Yes, God will give you a vision. He will give you a dream. This stuff is not going to just fall out the sky.
You got to put the work in.
You got to put in the work.
And man, a funny story was when we were in the beginning of doing all of this, we were on a cruise. We were on a cruise and we had so much to put in place.
Ooh, yeah. Talk
just
about
so
that,
much, like the beginning stuff of like making sure the metadata and all that stuff was in. And it was a lot of work. We had to give up some of our excursions because we had to get it done. So we were, imagine me, Alan, and Renwick using the cruise internet that was so spotty, but so it kept dropping and dropping and dropping. So every time we get right back on because we had work to do. And the family, that we traveled with, they were like, I can't believe you guys are not going on the excursion, but we had to get the work done, and it was the most frustrating thing because the internet was so spotty, but we made it work. I think we worked one day, it was straight 8 hours almost on the cruise working. So
just to get this,
gotta
just to get us right.
Yeah, because we had to get it right. So there's just times when you have to, give up things, in order to get to that next level. So
See, so as you're talking now about delayed gratification, right? Because a lot of times too is that we want everything now, but we also still want, later on. I mean, anyone that have kids, I have teenagers now, but still, there's certain days that they're gonna be like, hey, I want to have this at this particular point in time, right? Birthdays are coming up. They're gonna say, hey, I want this now, but then 2 more days later, they're gonna be, oh, but also I want this. I'm like, but you also gotta plan and you got to execute and you got to just put different things. So clearly you guys are out here, you're putting in the work, you're putting in the sacrifice. I went over to Spotify earlier when I was listening on Spotify again, those streams are going, those streams are going and up and up and up. And so
I don't know.
It's really good just to see. It's really good just to see, the work you're putting in, regardless of what's happening, building that fan base. I'm seeing you guys again, all the various things where you guys are going, what you're doing, and I also want to just touch on, you did this collaboration together, but individually, you guys are also, artists individually in your own light, that you're doing a bunch of different things individually. Renee, let me know, what were some of the stuff that, you've done recently and what you have coming up?
Oh, wow. Okay. So, well, of course, recently is All Great and Mighty, and what God is doing with it.
All
I
over
mean,
that
even
page.
testimonies that are coming from people about how this song has blessed them. And even, I don't even know if I told Renwick this, even one relationship that was strained, was strained. There was just a lot of drama. But this song has brought that relationship back to a healed, whole place.
Really?
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah, because of this song. And I'm telling you, now that's the thing that has just shook me on the inside. God, you're so good. And so just so thankful for that. And then coming up, I have another song that I wrote with Sequoia Howard.
Exclusive.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Called
Big ups-
Holy
big
Holy
ups
You
Sequoia.
Reign.
Okay.
We wrote it together, and I got a chance to use Delaney Land musicians and all of that. All of them, they're singers to record it. It's already done. So sometime next year we're going to release that one, and and give God glory on it.
I love it. Renwick, my brother,
man.
talk to me. What is going on in the world of Renwick? I mean, I'm seeing you all over too, bro. Like, you're running through these islands, like you got your own private butler, you got your own private plane. Like, I mean, this guy is all over the place, man.
God is great.
Talk. Listen, man. Talk. Actually, before you tell me that, talk just about, I don't want to miss this, just about the living on purpose movement.
Yes, sir.
Because I feel like, with everything else that you're doing, that's always on the forefront.
Yes.
It's always on the forefront of everything that you're doing. And for anyone that may now be catching the wind of that, touch a little bit on, what is the living on purpose movement? What does that mantra stand for? Yes. And then just, fill us in on some of the things that you have going on right now, what you have coming up. Again, you're always dropping little hints. There's this mental health song I saw you drop some hints about, and I quickly DM'd you like, what's going on here? But fill us in on all the things.
Oh man, that's a lot. All right, let me concise it. But Sharon is very great at what he does. Huh?
He is.
So living on purpose, we envision a world of people living on purpose, doing what God has designed them to do. This entire movement embodies that. I don't want to die a statistic on a stereotype, and I don't believe that nobody should die a stereotype or statistic. Everybody should do exactly what God has placed them on the earth to do. Yeah. Now, coming from a third world country, which is developing super fast, South America, Guyana, big up everybody in Guyana right now. Yes. We didn't have access to a lot of the opportunities that are here. And like when I first moved there, I had my period of, a lot of people know my story. I was homeless at one point in my journey and stuff like that. And God just rested in my heart that no matter what it is, you're not gonna die a statistic. Yeah. You're gonna fulfill your assignment in the earth.
Right.
And this is when you know it's coming from God. That desire wasn't just for me, but it's the desire I have is for everyone in the world. That through surrendering your life to Jesus Christ, you discover your purpose and fulfill that in the earth. Mm-hmm. Don't die a statistic. Every vision that God put in your heart, fulfill that. And my life embodies that journey. So if you follow me on social media, you'll see me showing you that the different stages of me progressing and living on purpose in real time. So that's what the movement represents. What we have coming up, I'm gonna drop an EP next year.
Nice.
Finally, I'm gonna drop a single. I'm a piano type of record. That's that South African vibe that's really popping right now. I'm gonna fuse that with the Caribbean, a little bit of gospel in there. And yeah, man, we have some nice collaborations coming, and more than likely I will go on tour again next year by God's grace.
Take me with you.
Yeah, you already know, great and mighty outside. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, that's about it for me right now. I'm in the season of establishing my song sonically. That fusion of gospel and Caribbean. Yeah. And I just want to keep like riding this wave that the Lord has me on, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's it.
Man, listen, I know we can sit around here, we can talk forever, but you know, before you know, we have a lineup here of media partners that are ready to talk to y'all, so I don't want to hog up all the time. I'm just happy, y'all. I'm here with my people in the flesh, y'all. Listen, man. We got Renwick, we got Renee live in person. This is not every day we get to do this, y'all. You know what I mean? So I'm super, super excited about everything that's happening with just Great and Mighty, but just also individually, because I think it's not too many artists I've had the opportunity just to work with and kind of seen the progression over years. Like I've worked with Renee for several years now, and I've seen the progression. Renwick, I've worked with you for many years, and I've seen the progression. So it's kind of like just seeing all of it happen right now. Like you guys have remained consistent. You guys have continued to elevate your craft. You've continued to pour into your craft, and I'm just personally just proud just to see the level of commitment, the level of integrity that you put into your craft, into your work to just create a really, really solid product. You guys are, and it's not, and I'm saying the word product intentionally. I know a lot of times we, yes, there's a spiritual aspect, and they're both spiritual people, but at the end of the day, we're bringing something to the marketplace.
Come on.
And when we bring it to the marketplace, it has to look right. It has to come at a level of elevation. It has to be polished, and you guys are the definition of that. You've been doing that, so you know me. So I'm definitely, I want to give you guys your flowers. I want to give you guys your flowers while you were here. While you're here right now. I mean, continue what you're doing. Continue the elevation. It's just getting started. We're in the heart of NYC. We're gonna be celebrating in Times Square later. We're gonna be out there. We're gonna be lit for Christ. We're gonna be lit for Christ for all the saints out there. But hit us with your socials, man. Let the people know how they can stay connected, how they can get a part of this Great and Mighty movement. When you guys are gonna be taking it to cities throughout, when they want to get y'all, when they want to bring y'all into these cities, go ahead, hit the people.
Yes, well, you can follow me on all of my socials under Renee Pullum, at Renee Pullum, everything, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. What am I leaving out? I think that's all of it. But all of it is Renee Pullum, ReneePullum. Follow me.
Amen. Likewise, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok. That's it?
Yeah, that's all.
Google, right? And Renwick Duesbury.
Yes.
And that's RenwickDuesbury. I'm so sure Sherwin will have it here on the lower third.
Yes, it's going to be here. Make sure you click there to follow them. Make sure you do that. All the things is going to be there. It's good. As I'm saying it, it's popping up right now. Come on, post edit. Yo, listen, man. I appreciate you guys, man. Appreciate you, Renee. Appreciate you so much. Of course, not a problem.
We are family for life.
Indeed. And that is a wrap, y'all. There we go. So yeah, man. So that was it, man. So listen, man. That's a wrap. It's happening. They're gonna stay connected with you guys, and that's it, man. It's going down tonight. It's going down tonight. Times Square, Great and Mighty. We're gonna be out there.